Hello, everyone. We want to add a quick acknowledgement at the top of this episode since we usually record these about a month in advance, and it's been pretty bad pretty recently, and we just want to acknowledge what's been happening. We've been seeing some abuse of power from Trump's administration and want to make it clear where Keeping You Animated stands. As people across the world protest the growing dangers of authoritarianism and the damage caused by Trump's influence, we stand in solidarity with those fighting back, especially within the immigration population.
Yeah, keeping you animated and us as individuals, like, we do not support ICE terrorizing homes and families, people at their work. We do not support the Trump administration coming to Los Angeles and just in various towns and across the country hurting the immigrant community. It is disgusting, it is vile, and it is heartbreaking on every level. And this should not be considered normal. It is not normal. And our heart just goes out to the immigrant community of Los Angeles, of the entire United States. And we are with you every step of the way to fight back against authoritarianism, to fight back against tyranny, and to fight back against the Trump administration. I know this is a little heavy to start off the episode. The whole point of keeping you animated is to be a little bit of light in the darkness. However, we just need to, address it
Hmm.
and show that we are here in
Yes.
solidarity with you no matter what. We hope that this episode can be a little bit of light, even though things seem really bad, but
Yeah.
we'll make it through. We will make it through.
We will make it through.
Indie thing called The Odd Hustle. Wondering what it is.
The Odd Hustle?
Yeah.
Wait, do we say that on I started recording. Oh, man.
No,
Okay.
I was just wondering what it was.
Ah, okay. Well, it came up in on your feed or something.
Yeah, because I followed it and then it came. I think I followed it a while ago, and then it came up again, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" I'm like, "Oh, this got a lot of likes," and I'll look on the casual art. But that's it, really.
Oh, it's a video like.
Like. Hi.
Hi. I said it so depressed. Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi. Hi. Hiya.
Hi. It's. Why did you hiya?
I don't
You fighting
know.
someone?
What's wrong with me? Someone save me from myself.
Hi guys, it's episode four, quattro.
It's
Episode,
something.
episode quattro, and I don't know. It's a chill Sunday. I
Yeah,
hope you're
it's a
having a
real
good
chill
week. I hope.
Sunday. I hope many blessings are arriving at your home and on your family and in your life.
Oh, well, you taking us to church now? What's going on?
Yeah,
You put on the Wayman Deacon voice for a second.
like,
Brother Singleton, can you take us to church?
oh my god. Okay, that I don't know
You better
why, but
talk
that
to him, Brother
totally.
Singleton.
The devil is a liar.
I don't know. He says some pretty neat things. I'm just
Dang.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I'm just
You
kidding.
heard that, Jesus? All right, we got to have at least one blasphemy
Oh
each
my God.
episode. I feel like
What was the blasphemy
I
last
feel like
episode?
I feel like we definitely because okay, I'm just having deja vu, maybe, but I feel like I remember saying like, "Oh, that sounds so blasphemous" or something like that.
in a previous episode, and I don't remember what it was.
Was I making a joke about like the Church of Satan and how like low key their doctrine is pretty lit?
Dang, no, I don't think you said. I don't think you said.
Okay, for full disclosure, I am a Christian. However, if you listen,
Dang,
listen,
homie.
listen. It's fine. I am a non-binary Christian person, and
Hmm.
like I don't know, the weird right wing people are doing it wrong. They're no,
No, yeah.
listen.
Here's the thing.
Republicans would hate Jesus, and that's really crazy. Like if Jesus was here right now, Republicans would be like, deport him, and it's like, are you? Do you know who that is? Like, excuse me. Anyway,
That is so true. The crazy irony in that is
truly,
so true.
there was something. What was it like? I don't know if it was JD Vance or some other politician was like, yeah. So I know that we're supposed to like feed the. I know Jesus said like feed the poor and like help the misfortunate, but you got to help people who help themselves, and it's like what the fuck.
Gosh, gorsh.
These people. Anyway, yeah, I have to bring up politics at least once, I guess, just a little
Yeah,
bit,
you gotta
and
bring
laugh
up
at it
religion and
because it's
politics
so crazy right now.
in the first
No, so going back
5
to it, no, so
minutes.
going back to it, like the Church of
Oh,
Satan, it's not really like my understanding of it is, and I don't know, maybe there are Satanists that listen to this. I guess I don't know.
I'm just
My
gonna say it to the
understanding,
non-Satanists, like just like open
my no,
mind. We're not being like we're just discussing.
yeah. Listen, my understanding of it is that it's like a lot of like 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 hyping yourself up, like
Mhm.
being a good person, self-interested, like pursuing your goals, like, hey, don't be a jerk, or hey, make sure you focus on you and things like that. Not
Mhm.
like let's sacrifice goats and dance to Beelzebub.
I remember
That's
maybe it was
my
like
understanding of it. And I'm
yeah, because
so
I believe you're right because I remember at some point this was had to be like so while ago, but I remember like either listening to a podcast or seeing a short documentary or something where it was like discussing satanic panic and like what Satanism actually is like rather than what like movies and like film depicted as. It was basically like yeah, a lot more like chill. A
yeah, and you
lot more chill, a lot more like giving back to the community. Like,
yeah,
hey.
and I'm just like, you know what? It's not really my thing. I'm gonna be over here with the Bible, but not like in a crazy right wing way. But you know what? Good for y'all. I don't fucking care.
Hmm, hmm. Amen to that, sister.
But it's really funny that Satanic Panic comes from like, oh no, the D&D is going to, uh, I don't know,
Yeah.
the children are gonna summon.
Hypnotize
Uh,
our children.
what is the weird tentacle monster in like D&D?
Oh, I
And
don't know. Tenti, the tentacle monster.
Tenchi, no,
I've never
no.
played D&D, so
Well,
I don't have, I'm not abreast
the
to
weird
the creature guide.
the creature is like it's in a lot of like mythical lore that I think comes from D&D, where it's like,
Kraken? Oh, never mind. Sorry,
okay,
continue.
so it is in the vein of, it's like Davy Jones but in a wizard.
Cthulhu?
I guess it is a Cthulhu like creature. Oh god, what is it called? Because they talked about it in Stranger
No
Things
one will
too.
ever know.
What is this damn thing called?
Sally.
What? You get kidnapped by it in Baldur's Gate 3. What is this
Oh man,
thing?
I would Google it, but
What is this thing called? Oh my god. I'm actually getting upset that I can't remember the name of this.
I mean, we
The
could.
Mind Flare. Jesus
The
Christ.
mind flare. I have heard of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go. I was like,
that's
what
that
the
thing that like
fuck
takes
is
over your mind or whatever. Like kind of
Yeah.
hive minds you.
Yeah, that's why I said, because it looks like like the face is basically like a squid tentacles.
Oh,
But and I said that's why I said Davy Jones, but wearing
ah,
magic robe.
got it, got it, got it. Yeah, I've heard the name. I just never seen it, so I couldn't. As you described it, I was like, I don't know what this is, but I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's just like a D&D creature. But I don't know, video games and like board games in general, it's not that deep, and it feels kind of like, well, the panic is shifted away from video games elsewhere in D&D, but it still feels like a lot of people say like video games and like whatnot rot your brain, but not really. I mean,
Man,
I don't
I
think they do.
it's so funny because I was kind of thinking about this a little recently, and I was like, I was very much like, oh no, they were right. Video games are rotting my brain, and I was only thinking that way because I was very much in like anxiety spiral where I was just like, I wonder if I'd never play video games or watch cartoons if I would not have anxiety like this.
How do is it like
But we'll never
wait, does a
know.
video game give you anxiety because it's just like perpetual boss theme playing in your head where you're like, it's coming, it's coming.
No, not anything like playing in my head specifically, but just
Hmm.
like the hours of staring. I guess.
That's fair. I think that
Is it
when
a
you
hypnotic like turning you into a goop of anxiety sort of deal, which is all just speculative imagination, obviously. But
yeah.
that was where my thoughts went. I was like, oh
Yeah,
no,
I think like
and God, I mean, I feel like people actually think that, so I kind of don't want to perpetuate that, but
well, it is very silly, I think, because like video games only really air quote rot your brain. I feel like if you probably like consume them a little too young, and
mm.
you probably play stuff that's a little too old for you or too advanced for you. Like if you're 5 years old, maybe don't put, I don't know, Vice City in front of your child. Like maybe don't do that,
hmm
but you can put like, I don't know, you could borderline put like N64's Mario in front of your like 5-year old and like, do the thing where like you give them the controller and it's not plugged in because they want to be, they want to join you and you're playing it. Because like there's age appropriate stuff that's meant for people at certain times. So as long as you're not consuming stuff too young, you're fine.
I guess that's also like, yeah, I guess that's kind of, I don't know what that's the pop culture zingy title of it is called, but I guess it's a little linked with Satanic Panic too, where it's like, I guess in like the 90s and stuff where people were like, these video games are giving ideas to our kids, like
Oh yeah, that causes
stuff like the
violence. I remember
Columbine
that.
shooting. I think that was like highly like was like, oh, this was because this kid was into shooter games, and they're giving it's like, no, man, this is maybe someone needs to talk to this this person, and they're a
Yeah.
troubled person. It's not like otherwise we literally just have everybody and anyone who's ever played a game doing that. So I don't know.
Yeah. Like I've video games causing violence is such an interesting topic of conversation because I feel like it doesn't necessarily cause people to have this is my opinion. I do not believe that video games cause people to have to commit violent crimes. However, I feel like video games give people who were already like on the path to doing the thing a
Mm,
like an outlet to maybe cause harm in a virtual way.
mm.
Like I don't know, like people who are, I don't know, I guess I found out about a game. Well, I didn't find out about it, but there's a YouTuber that I like called Nikki Jakey. Is this a white dude who just sits on a workout like bouncing ball and talks about video games. His videos are really funny, but he uploaded a video as of the time of recording. He uploaded it 2 days ago, but I guess by the time this comes out it would have been like he uploaded it a month ago or so, and it was about Counter Strike, which I think, yeah, it's like an online shooter game that I never played, but my husband is familiar with it and he watched the video. I haven't watched it yet, just because I haven't gotten around to it. But he kind of explained to me that it was about like Counter Strike, the nostalgia of it, but also like some of the like weirdness within like the online community of Counter Strike, and how like it's just like the that chat is really racist, really homophobic. It's like not great, and people say stuff, and like you can mod your weapons like as like cosmetically to like say things, and sometimes some people make their weapons say not good things that are targeted against other groups of people. So that's kind of where I think that like video games sort of again, people who are already either edgy or racist or whatever, it gives them a bit of an outlet to, in a faceless way, perform that. Cause also too, like, there are Instagram reels of, like, girl gamers. I don't know why I say girl gamers, women women who play video games that play like Call of Duty or Overwatch, or black people that play Overwatch and stuff. And as soon as you drop in the chat and you say something, if you're a woman or a femme, or if you're black, hard R suddenly out of nowhere, just, or make me a sandwich, all kinds of like gross shit. And it's just like, y'all are like grown men being weirdos, or like 12-year-olds being weirdos. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, that like it sucks, which is why I don't play online. I remember I dropped into Uncharted 2 online for like maybe a couple weeks back on the PS3, and I did not do voice chat, but my name on it was pretty clear that it was like a femme name, and I got a lot of people saying not great shit, and it turned me off from online gaming. I mean, I'm not really even like a shooter type gamer person, but I wanted to try it, and I was like, no, we're not doing this again. But yeah.
Gosh, I don't think I actually ever played online games. Yeah, huh. I'm like thinking about it.
I mean, online gaming I feel like online gaming is a lot more fun when you have a group that you log on with, not
uh,
necessarily you just dropping into
is
a
it just
lobby
for
by yourself.
shooters? Is it only shooters that do that?
That like have lobbies.
Well, just have online gaming in that aspect of like a chat, and you're like, "Hey, I'm here.
No, no, like
Yeah, let's do
so
these."
so like shooters have it, the top down, like MOBAs like League of Legends or Dota, they have it too.
Oh,
Like my husband plays Dota.
like
He
RPGs as well, right? I'm guessing maybe, or
yeah,
is that what
like
Dota
well,
is?
no, Dota is a MOBA game, so it's like top down, like League of Legends is, where you have like your little characters and you're just kind of mashing your mouse, and then like you're buying equipment and pieces, and like you're managing like you are the healer, this person's this person, and then like you're trying to do a goal. I don't know, it's not
Is
my thing.
MOBA managing over body? I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I'm like, because you literally
I
like,
don't
oh,
know
it's a
what
MOBA, and I'm
MOBA
like, I
means.
don't know what that
Oh,
means. All right.
multiplayer online
Mhm.
battle arena. That's what MOBA means.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
and
okay. I was close.
they're typically top down with like little characters. So that's like, I keep bringing up League, like the most
Uh,
popular one. So that's like what League of
okay, I
Legends
see, I
is,
see.
which is why it's very funny, because like everybody's like, "Oh my god, I love Arcane," and they go to play League, and then they're like, "This looks nothing like it," and it's like that's how they got you. They
That's
tricked
how
you
they
to play.
got you.
They tricked you to playing League, because like when Arcane season 2 came out, I was like, wow, I'm really excited. I'm still not gonna play League of Legends because I know what this shit looks like and it is not for me. I'm never playing League of Legends and I do not want to. I have no
Man,
interest in doing
it
that.
feels so weird. Like the more the time pass, because I'm like, sorry, I'm like thinking in my brain, like the more the time passes, the more of a retro gamer I am.
Okay,
Just
grandpa.
exactly. I feel it like you're mentioning all these games. You're mentioning
Well,
these
MOBAs
like
have been
types of
around for a
games.
while though. MOBA, they're
Okay, okay.
like MOBAs are there's not it's not a new phenomenon. They've been around for
I
like
mean, for sure,
10,
for
20
sure.
years. I think maybe you're more so just like a certain type of gamer, like not, maybe not entirely retro, but you just stick to like a certain type of genre, or maybe like a certain console.
Yeah, I think I like a certain genre in console because I got a Switch. Maybe get a Switch 2, and
Yeah.
when that comes out in the future, whenever that is, I can't remember.
$1,000 Switch
I feel like I'm not
with
gonna get it
the
on
tariffs.
release. I don't know what it's wild. But yeah, I got my Switch and I have my PlayStation 2 and I have my little Game Boys and my 3DS, and I'm like, I'm good. I got these. I'm like, PS5 who? What? They're up to 5 now?
I mean, we're probably gonna hit 6 in the next
Yeah,
couple of
they're
years,
considering 6 soon.
but
Like Zang.
when 6 comes out, I am once again not going to buy at launch. I don't think I've ever bought a console at launch. Well, I've only gotten one console at launch, and that was the Xbox 360.
Ooh,
Um,
okay, 360.
yeah, I remember when that came out, and my mom got it for me, And I
Oh
remember
yeah, see,
playing.
the only time I feel like the only well, no, I was gonna say the only time I ever did console releases were as a kid because someone else is doing.
Video games are expensive now. Like shit. Stuff
Hmm.
was video games are 80, $70 now, even for like Switch games. Like tiny those tiny cartridges are 70, $80 sometimes
I hate
now.
it. Oh, that makes
And
me sick.
like I remember when PS2 games were 20, $30. I remember
I
that.
remember that too. I remember when like Game Boy games and DS games were like 39.99. I remember specifically like trying to get what was it? It was like Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf
Mhm.
Green when that era of gaming was around. It was like, oh, that'll be 39.99. And I was like, what? That's so expensive. How's anyone supposed to pay for that? That's crazy. $40. And now it's like $80, please. And it's like, oh,
It it,
oh
it
no.
sucks. I don't quite often buy games new anymore. I mean,
Mm.
I bought a couple of new games new, but I tried my best to buy from like the local game shop nearby.
Oh yeah.
Instead of going to Best Buy if I can. So I'll like pre-order my game from like the local mom pop shop and help them out if I
Mm.
have to buy a game, which honestly is part of like what's been since we were talking about we went from satanic panic to video games.
That's just how we roll, you know? Like, hey, sometimes
Politics, satanic panic, video
you go
games.
from
Anyway,
religion, politics,
to
in
video.
video games. Yep, that's the degrees, 1 degree of separation there.
But that's part of what's been keeping us animated, right? We've
Mm-hmm.
both been playing some games.
Mm-hmm. What have you been playing actually?
I have been slowly making my way through Silent Hill 2 again. Silent Hill 2 remake, not the original, although I've played the original twice.
When did the remake come out?
Remake came out last year
Oh,
of
dang.
October.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty new.
Yeah, it came out October 8th, I believe.
Spooky.
Yes. So I played it very, very at the very near the end of my pregnancy. And it was a very weird thing to be playing while pregnant because of the subject matter of the game. Because it's really heavy. But when you have a kid, you don't have as much opportunity to just sit down and veg out on a video game for like 3-4 hours, especially a game that has spooky monsters in it and has like subject matter of like, I don't know, domestic violence, psychological horror, illness, abuse, assault, things like that. So it's a lot, and it's got spooky noises, and it's like, I'm not going to be playing this with my baby next to me.
Mhm.
I
Oh, yeah.
did like I
Going back to
played a
that thing you were saying about certain games for certain ages.
yeah. Yeah, like I don't really want my newborn to hear like 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 just this proboscis monster going like I don't know, she doesn't need to hear that.
I just imagined her just looking at the screen, very like just confused, not scared. She's just like, "What?
You'd be like,
this?
"Mama,
Oh, this is what you're. This is what you're into.
why does
Okay."
this creature have a giant pyramid on its head? Why is it shoving those
She says those exact words. You're like, "Whoa!"
why is it
First
shoving those
words.
why is it shoving those mannequins and that nurse down a why is it shoving them down a drain? Huh? I don't understand.
She's like, huh? That's not how I would. I
Why
wouldn't want to
is
clog my pipes in this way, mother. This is quite strange.
why is this random white man running around a foggy town? I don't get it.
Huh? The weather patterns in this town is quite curious, mother.
But yes, I have been revisiting Silent Hill 2, the remake. I have to specify.
Mm, mm, mm.
Because yeah, because I got it last year. I was cautiously optimistic for it when the announcement happened. I'm a big Silent Hill fan. I love horror video games to a degree. Like if it's first person, I cannot play it. I refuse because I don't want to be that immersed. That's a bit much. That's a bit much.
Gotcha.
Which is honestly why 'cause I love Resident Evil. I like that franchise a lot. I did not play 7 or 8 because they are first person and I don't fuck with that. I just watched Let's
Mm,
Plays of those
mhm,
because
mhm.
I was like, this is good enough. I don't need to be that immersed.
Yeah, I feel like I'm personally not super into, like, I like the horror genre, and I think I like the concepts of the story from the game rather
Mhm.
than actually playing the game, because I watch a lot of like horror let's plays, like this one YouTuber, Manly Bad A Word Hero. Do I curse? I don't. But yeah, he does a lot of horror video game let's plays, and I kind of sometimes I just hop in. I'm like, this sounds random. Let me watch this.
You should watch Corey X Kenshin. His horror video game Let's Plays are pretty funny.
Ah,
And he
yeah, I'll have
recently just
to.
started uploading again because he took a hiatus to focus on his manga that he's collaborating with and creating with people.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, he's a black YouTuber, very funny guy. He's very open about his faith, and he also does not swear, but he's really funny. Um, and yeah, like he's working on a manga. He's a super cool dude. We got to meet him. Me, Sheila, and Tavi got to meet him last year at the Summer Games Fest in LA,
Oh.
along with the other black let's player, Jazzy Guns. She plays a lot of like she just plays like various different games.
Wait, is that the emojis you sometimes use when we're on Discord, or is that another person?
That's a different person. So
Oh, okay.
the Discord emotes that I use come from another black let's player who she plays. Her name is Jahara Jade, and she's
Okay.
really
It's
great.
the J names that were getting me. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember J and Let's Play Gamer. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
Jahara Jade. She's also a mom. She's I think she's
Mommy.
yeah, she's around my age and like in her early 30s, and she plays like JRPGs. Like she's going through the Kingdom Hearts series right now. As of like recording, I believe she
All of
it,
them, like even the
yes.
not console ones, like
Yeah.
the handhelds.
Yeah,
Wow.
because like it was really funny because she was pretty adamant about not playing any of the in between games. She was just going to do 1, 2 and 3,
Mm.
and she doesn't really want to be like handheld when it comes to experiencing games, which is like, you know, very fair. You want to experience stuff like the normal way as much as you can. And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts 1, and then maybe if I feel like it, I'll play the other ones, but I'll just probably jump into 2. Like I don't need to go to Chain of Memories. But maybe her mods talked to her, or either I don't know, something changed where she decided to actually play the ones in between 1 and 2 and 3. And then as she's been playing them, because she's on dream drop distance right now, she said a couple of times like they just put so much lore in these extra ones. And yeah, so she's realizing that you kind of Kingdom Hearts is a wild one because it's like you cannot play it 1, 2, 3. Like you can't.
I mean, you can,
You
but
can,
you're gonna be
but
very
you'll be
confused.
confused. You will be confused.
Yeah, no, because I've only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and maybe I think I played one was the card game that was kind of like between
Chain.
1 and 2. Okay, that was Chain, yeah. So I played that, and that's it. But I think I played 1 and 2 and then Chain of Memories.
I did that too, yeah. And I
Yeah.
was really confused. I was like, "Who the fuck is Naminé? I don't know who this is." And Organization 13, I'm like, "We're the other half of you." And then it's like,
Truly is like
"Oh,
I'm just
it
like,
was
I
all a chain of
guess.
memories."
I truly, I mean, even playing Kingdom Hearts 2 without seeing Chain of Memories, I was like, all right. I was kind of just, okay, I guess we got these randos in black cloaks now, this random blonde. All right, cool, whatever.
Sora's kind of an asshole. He's like, "You guys don't have hearts." And it's like, "Damn.
You're all
Damn."
nobodies. Damn. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
But yeah, I did the same thing as you, Waymond. I did Kingdom Hearts 1 when I was like 12 years old. Then I played 2, and I heard about Chain of Memories. I saw the commercial for it and I was like, "Oh, there's another one." And my friend in the 6th grade, Michael Johnson, shout out to Michael Johnson. He's a teacher now. He's really cool.
Oh wow.
He had Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance, and wait, am I getting no, it wasn't Michael. I'm sorry, Michael. I'm confusing you.
Mm, mm,
You had
mm,
World Ends with You, and I borrowed that from you. I'm sorry.
mm.
It was my friend Mark who had Chain of Memories. Shout out to Mark. He's in like a punk metal band now that travels the
Whoa.
world. Yeah. He's in like a punk
Mm,
metal band now.
more impressed with teacher. No. Sorry.
Well, both of them let me play cool games. It's fine. But yeah, Mark had Chain of Memories, and he showed it to me a little bit at the playground, and I was like, "Wow, that's really cool." And then it left my brain because I forgot about it. Then I played
Mm.
two, was very confused, and then like a year or two later, they released Rechain, the PS2 version of Chain of Memories.
What's the one? Is there one that's like 365 days and a half or something like that?
Yeah, 365. That's the one where you play as Roxas, and it's basically like where'd Roxas come from, and then like it happens. It's after Kingdom Hearts 1, a little bit before 2. Well, I mean, a little bit before Chain, and simultaneously happening during Chain,
Hmm.
and a little bit after Chain,
Mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm,
like the events of Chain affect Roxas.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm tangenting about Kingdom Hearts. Sorry, I can yap about this game forever because I am a, Kingdom Hearts. I fucking love Kingdom Hearts. It's so crazy, but I fucking love it.
Yeah, I was about to
But
ask
anyway,
when, where does James come in?
oh yes, yes.
Into
Where
the
does
Kingdom
James
Hearts.
come in? Sorry, let's go back to Silent
Where's
Hill.
the fog come
A
in? And
completely, a
he's like,
completely.
"Excuse me, Sora, I'm looking for my wife."
Well, I'll tell you what, that James Sunderland actually goes to Inaba in Persona 4 because that's also foggy, and he's like, "Where's my wife?" And then the young Japanese children are like, "I cannot understand you. What's going on?" And then James is
Wow.
like,
Wait, do
"Oh
they
my."
actually do? Wait, does that happen? Because that's
No.
pretty cool. Oh
Well,
my god.
because Persona 4 also deals with like fog, so that's the joke.
Okay, 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 okay. I was like, whoa, wait.
It's just
That's pretty cool to
this
actually.
group of Japanese kids, and then this like American man is like, "What?" I'm looking for my wife, and they're like,
Hey, have you?
we're looking for a murderer."
Yeah.
But
Oh
yeah,
man.
Silent Hill 2 remake. While my daughter like takes a nap, basically, I've been kind of I've
Okay.
been playing it a little bit here and there just to try to like get further because I'm almost at the end. And the only reason I know I'm almost at the end is because I played the OG as I mentioned, so I know like the events of like, oh, because I'm in this area, that means I've got this much left roughly. However, Silent Hill 2 remake, as I mentioned, I was cautiously optimistic for it. And I guess I can kind of put that caution to rest. I know this is like very late to be talking about it cuz like the game, like I said, the game came out like in October, but the team that made it, Bloober team, I know everybody was worried. I was worried too because it's like how can you remake this game? Like you have to be very careful because there's again a lot of sensitive subject matter in this game. You have to handle it with care. And the
Mhm.
last game that Bloober made was a little I didn't play it, but I kept hearing a lot of rumblings about like these people made a game that kind of was like, "Hey, maybe you should feel bad that you got assaulted and it's your fault or something." Yeah, like
Whoa.
yeah, it was like a really weird like again, I did not play the horror game that they did before this, but I kept hearing that this particular game left people feeling kind of weird because of how it ended, and I was like, "What?" So I was concerned. I'm like, can these people handle this game then? Because there is very much some stuff that does deal with like abuse and sexual assault in Silent Hill 2. And yeah, I guess they did a good job honestly with it, at least as far as where I'm at. Especially because I got to the part where like that happens. Like I just hit that part I think earlier this week. And like the material is already written. The story is already there from the original game made by Team Silent in like 2001, 2002, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we're changing the story. And yeah, like Silent Hill 2 remake is a pretty good game. Is it, would I say it's like the first Silent Hill you should play? The snob in me is saying no, go get a PS2 and play that original. That's the snob
Uh-huh.
in me saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't, then sure, you can play remake, but just know that this is not how these games are technically like play and feel. Because my criticism of Silent Hill, okay, well, the good of Silent Hill 2 so far, where I'm at, the good of where I'm at, and this is like as much as I can say without spoiling. I don't know how much people listening know about like what the fuck the game is about. But TLDR is James Sunderland, middle-aged white man, shows up to the town of Silent Hill. He says he got a letter from his wife, but it's weird because his wife died 3 years ago from a disease. And the letter says, like, James, I'm waiting here for you in my special place. Come find me. And he's just like, he's very sad, but he goes to Silent Hill anyway to try to find her, even though he thinks like it's kind of weird. And he ends up meeting a couple of like kind of weird characters along the way. He meets a young girl named Angela who says she's looking for her mama. She's like 19 years old, but something seems a little off about her. Like she's very like she clearly has some sort of like PTSD from something. And there's like a little girl named Laura who's a brat, and she's just running around like,
Mhm.
and you're like, Laura, what are you doing? It's dangerous out here. And she's just like, what do you mean danger? So it kind of makes you, the player, be like, what? And then you meet this chunky dude named Eddie, who's got kind of a like, he seems to have some sort of like a compulsive lying complex. And you meet a woman that everything but her face is different, but her face looks just like James's wife. And his wife's name is Mary, but this woman's name is Maria.
Maria.
Maria. Maria. Shadow the Hedgehog. No, Maria.
Yeah. I don't know why I immediately, I thought it was just
James
like.
runs up to Maria, and then Shadows just comes out of nowhere like, it's her.
Maria. Ugh, gosh. Oh, Shadow.
Yeah, and Maria is very much the opposite of James's wife. She's very like sexy, very like flirty, and very like, I'm wearing cool, sexy lady outfits. Whereas his wife is like not that at all. She's very like, I don't know, trad wifey, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to describe
Oh my
it.
god.
But not like in the creepy conservative trad wifey way, I guess. Just like a, I don't know, a homey kind of lady. I don't know.
Mhm.
But she did. Maybe, we don't know. James is trying to figure that out.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's basically the premise. And there are spooky, stupid, sexy monsters that attack you. And I say stupid, sexy monsters for a reason, because they're all very feminine and gross.
Uh,
And there's a reason, but I can't go into it without spoilers. Again, I know this
right,
game's like
right.
20 years old, but this remake is new, so but yeah, that's the premise. And like, as far as like the good of the game is that I think they did handle, again, so far they handled a lot of the subject matter pretty well. Atmosphere is more, in some places it's more oppressive than it used to be, which is good. They Visually, it looks really great, super impressive. The voice actors did a really good job. Like, these new people did a very good job. And I don't know, it's a good game. And there's a lot of like nods to like, hey, if you've played this before, we care and we think about you. We're thinking about you. And you really feel the team cared a lot with the game.
Hmm.
Now for my nitpicks, and literally my nitpicks only come from having the pre-existing knowledge of the original. Like, if I was here fresh, I probably wouldn't give a shit about any of this. There's some audio cues that happen in different places, like where they shouldn't, and that kind of bugs me a little bit. But again,
Hmm.
that's just because I have the very nitpicky pre-existing knowledge. I think the combat is a little too much, because this game is not supposed to be like, it's not supposed to be Resident Evil. Like, James Sunderland is not Leon S. Kennedy. And I feel like the updated combat is a bit of a personal hindrance. And like, some people probably won't care. I think the combat should be clunkier, because James is like, he's a guy that's in this hellscape. He's just a regular
Well,
dude.
in this remake, obviously he owns a dojo.
No. Well, he's not like, mollywopping on dudes. It's still very much like he's still fumbling a bit, but I
Fumble
don't know.
more.
I don't know. There's like
He should
some,
throw a punch and dislocate his arm just from the force of him throwing a punch.
I think I'm just not a fan of I'm not a fan of, you can probably hear my daughter like screaming.
No, that's just me.
I think she just woke up from her nap. My husband's with her.
Aw.
I'm just not a fan of like the monsters being, I guess, a little smarter. Sometimes they're like juking on you, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is kind of silly. So I don't know. It can get a little silly. Like, I'm not like, it's like I stop being scared and I start being more annoyed.
Mm.
But again, like, if I didn't have the pre-existing knowledge, I wouldn't care. And then some of the areas, like, there are Silent Hill is comprised of like several like big set pieces, and some of these set pieces they stretched out even more
Mm.
in the remake, but to the point where it feels so long, and I start getting frustrated where I'm like, the apartments is a segment that is like one of the scariest places in the game, and
Mm.
the hospital. Like you go, so it's like town, apartments, hospital. Like that's like the first. Those are the first three areas, right? And both the apartment complex and the hospital have been extended so much to the point where I'm like, why? This is too long. This is too long,
Mm.
and it just feels like it's so drawn out where yeah, you're just like, I just got a little annoyed after a while. I'm like, I just want to get out of here. Like, not I'm scared, I want to get out of here, like another puzzle, I'm exhausted, I want to leave, I want to go to the next area already.
Ooh,
but
puzzles. Pass the controller to
but
me.
again, I think that's just because I know what these areas originally were like,
Hmm.
so I'm just trying to get to the next place because I'm like, and like puzzles are in different places too. Or some
Mm.
puzzles are gone and there's like a nod to them and they have new puzzles, which is fine. It's just that it's like it takes so long to get through these areas now where I'm like, come on, guys.
Mm.
Let's keep it moving. But again, that's just me. I don't know. It's a solid like 8.5 out of 10 for me right now. Like I really like it. I like it a lot.
Mm.
I like it a lot.
Nice.
Oh, and I guess like the last little nitpick I have is that there are some moments that I can't say without spoiling, but there's some voice direction stuff for the new voice actors. One particular character that I do not particularly like, and it's sort of losing the duality that the original had. And I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense without spoiling, but it is about Maria. And I'm not a fan of how like
Maria.
she's I'm not a fan of how Maria is being directed. Like she's
Mm.
not that lady is not a bad voice actor. I'm just not a fan of how they directed her, because there is something that is lost that I cannot say without spoiling, that is very narratively relevant, that they are not doing. And I'm like,
Mm.
that's kind of a bummer. And again, only because I have the pre-existing knowledge. If
The curse of knowledge.
Yeah, part of the curse of knowledge. It's like I'm having a good time, but I know that this should be this way, kind of. But yeah, it's a good game so far. I really like it. I think other people should play it if you can handle subject matter that I mentioned that's kind of heavy and psychological horror. If
I'm
that's
glad
your
you're able to play games and still
Yeah,
juggle a mother.
it's hard. I mean, you know, my therapist told me that like you can't, like being a mom never really goes, like being a parent period doesn't really like turn off,
Mm.
but you need to also find time for things for yourself.
Mm.
And I really like video games.
Mm.
Like I'm in the middle of a lot, and but because Silent Hill is the most recent thing that I have, I want to try to get through it, and because it's near and dear to my heart, I want to like experience this new version and get my complete thoughts on it. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I
video
yapped so
games.
long about Silent Hill. Sorry,
You
guys.
like Silent
I love Silent Hill
Hill?
so much. I love Silent Hill. It's so
It's
good.
so funny because I was just
Those
like,
movies, but
oh, love the movies, you love the game.
well, that Silent Hill movie was probably the most well done video game adaptation film that we had at the time.
Mm.
Yeah. Now we've got Mario. Although I know it's debated that some people like fucking hate the Mario movie because it's just a big commercial, and I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was cute. I wish it wasn't Chris Pratt though, but
I also wish it wasn't Chris Pratt. That does remind me that I actually went to see Until Dawn in
Oh, I
theaters.
forgot that happened. Whoa, I forgot that was a thing.
It got me all nostalgic because I remember we used to play Until Dawn
Yeah.
together.
Was it good?
I really liked it. I really,
Okay,
really enjoyed it.
okay.
I definitely recommend it. So, like, it's definitely, not the story of the game made into a movie. I found it
It's not.
ironic. It's not at all the story of the game. Like, it pulls some ideas and concepts from the game and uses it in the movie, but it's not the same. Like,
Is
it
Peter
kind of
Stormare in it still?
I don't think so, because like the whole cast was pretty much different than the game, except they had like
Oh,
a couple of cameo faces in different spots. Like
like,
I saw like Rami, I think his name Rami Malek
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
cameo in
yeah.
there, like not as an actor but as an image, and I was just like, that's a game. Um, but yeah, it's very much a kind of taking the concept of playing a video game and putting it into the movie, putting it into a movie. And I do find it kind of ironic, and maybe this was purposeful, but I find it ironic that the game itself was basically like, oh, this is a what if a movie was a video game, like sort of trying to get the feeling of a horror movie into a video game, and like trying to get into the mindset of the characters in the situation of a horror movie. Whereas this is like, okay, what if a video game was a movie where they're kind of taking some like techniques that were in the gameplay of the game and putting it into the movie. Like there were a lot of like very obvious quick time event references in it. I was just like, I feel like I should be like holding A right now so that I'm staying quiet in a corner so no one comes after me and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, wow, okay, they did this pretty well. And it's so weird that it's kind of a snake's eating its own tail in this way.
Wait, like they
uh,
had people do like the "don't move" prompt kind of
Yes,
thing.
exactly. Like there's a
Oh,
clear don't move moment. Like it's not, obviously, I mean, they don't have like an overlay where it's like don't move, press A, that sort of thing, but it's like a very obvious reference to it. And I'm like, this is very, very good. And yeah, the movie itself, I mean, man, the movie itself has a completely different story. It's following a new group of characters, and I feel like it's very much a lot more fantastical than the game was, because the game, though it had like some, I don't want to say fantasy is not quite the right word, but I guess it's like it had Wendigos. It was basically about Wendigos, right? And the movie mentions like it's technically does have Wendigos, but it's not, in the same way. It's like these group of friends that are tagging along with the main character friend
mm-hmm.
as she's looking for her sister who went missing like a year ago before the movie.
Yeah.
And they come to this town that's super creepy, and this town center building that's like old, decrepit, kind of like no one's been there for a long time. And suddenly weird stuff starts happening. They all die, and they wake up and they're alive like several hours before they've all died. And
Wait,
they're
what?
basically, yes, exactly, so they're basically stuck in a time loop and
Oh,
trying to evade death while they're stuck in this time. It's kind of like a Groundhog's Day slash Happy Death Day, where they're all dying in crazy horror movies type
just
scenarios.
reloading the save.
Yeah, just exactly. It's like reload, as if it's reloading the save, and the scenarios change each time the save reload happens.
Oh wow.
So they don't know what to expect. They're like, okay, like this is how I died before, but then it's like completely different in the next time. So they're like, okay, we have to survive. Basically, they only have 13 lives because they have to survive into morning, and they only have 13 times to serve to try it. And 13th time, they're just dead forever, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically what they did plot wise with the Until Dawn movie, and it's very interesting. I definitely recommend it. It definitely also has plot holes, and I was kind of like, it's one of those things where I was just like,
Don't think too
this
hard about it. Just turn your brain off.
exactly. It's just
Okay.
you have to turn your brain off, because it's like if you think too hard about it, it's like this is stupid, and it is kind of stupid, but it's so fun because it also has that cabin in the woods type of feeling too, where it's like,
Mm.
oh, they're stuck in this place and there's all these different monsters, and there's also like someone, not a higher I guess a higher power, higher authority kind of controlling them in a sense, like trying to get them to do certain things. So it has that aspect to it too that was like enjoyable.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So
No,
yeah,
that
if it
sounds that
once it
sounds
when it hits
cool.
streaming, definitely recommend
I
it.
will definitely check that out. Like I truly forgot that Until Dawn had a movie until you brought it up just now.
Until Way brought it up.
Like I remember watching the trailer, but then it
Hmm.
left my brain because I was like, what?
No, yeah, that's truly fair because literally I kind of have to like put on my calendar when movies are going to release these days because I'm like, if I, especially if I really, really want to watch it, because I'll see a trailer and be like, I want to watch that, and I completely forget, and then like 2 years later, I'm like, oh yeah, that movie came out.
Right, 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 right.
So yeah, that was one where I was just like, okay, I want to see this in theaters. Like it's fun, and yeah, it was fun. It was a fun time.
Well, speaking of movies, you got something else related that's movie related that's been keeping you animated too, don't you?
Yes, yeah. So I definitely wanted to talk about these couple of movies that I'm about to talk about. When this releases, it is Pride Month, so I wanted to bring something to the table in that aspect. And I want to talk about the filmmaker Marlon Riggs. So Marlon Riggs was a documentary filmmaker, activist, and he made several movies before he died due to complications of HIV.
Mm.
Unfortunately, back in the '90s. But before then, he uh, made several very, very, very spectacular documentaries. And I ended up watching two, which are Tongues Untied and Black is Black Ain't.
Mm.
Yeah. And they both sort of talk about Black identity in America, religion, sexuality. Tongues Untied is more leaning on the Black male sexuality and identity, and talks about his experience and the experience of other Black artists and activists and poets and people that he gets on into the documentary to speak their mind, basically. And it's just very heart wrenching, sort of just talking about homosexuality and homophobia in the Black community and the struggle with that, and the struggle with being true to who you are while also trying to evade just the scrutiny and the just trying not to die being black and queer in America, basically. And Black is Black Ain't is more on the Black identity side of things,
Mm.
where it discusses more of sort of like the African diaspora in America, and like
Ooh.
how different and vast the Black identity is. Like there is a bit of a like what do you call it, a there's a little bit of, especially at the time, essentialism in terms of like, oh, you're not doing this, you're not Black, or you have to be Black enough to do this or that, or
Yeah.
I mean, we there's stuff that we still struggle with today. I mean, it's just definitely more so back in the '90s and '80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, just talking about that and talking about like, oh, Louisiana Black and Texas Black and LA Black and New York
Right.
Black and just Black all over America, and how different it is.
East
But
Coast, West versus West Coast. Yeah.
yeah, but how much it is still, even though we're different, it's like what how it brings us together. How it unifies us.
Yeah. I mean, your
Uh,
black is different than my black, right? Like
yeah,
you're
exactly.
you're from
Yeah.
the East Coast and I'm a Midwest black kid.
Mm-hmm.
So
And yeah, and dips into like religion as well, and stereotypes, and just the thoughts of like Black Christianity and things like that. And yeah, in the film he compares Black identity to gumbo, because it's a dish that has a lot of different ingredients, and there's so many different aspects of it, but it's all pulled together and becomes one, because of the roux, which is like basically the broth or the paste, or the that connective thing that brings it all together. And that is what Black is basically, is that thing that brings it all together. And I don't know, I just really love them both. And I kind of like cried watching these films, because I was very much like, oh man, I wish I had access to these earlier or sooner, because they're
aw.
just they're also very, 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 very poetic and experimental.
Mm.
So I mean, I still want to recommend them because they're beautiful.
If you
But
watch them on Canopy.
am I that obvious? If you have a library card, you can check them out on Canopy. I watched them both on Canopy. And actually, wait, I want to pull up too because I wrote down like one of my thoughts for both on my letterboxed. And for Tongues Untied, I wrote, let's see, probably the most important film I've seen up to this point in my life. Like, I don't think I ever witnessed my reflection in film form until this very moment. This is painfully inspiring.
Oh, Wayman, that's so beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
that's that's really fucking awesome.
And then, and what I wrote for Black is Black Ain't. I wish I had access to this film growing up, so I wouldn't have felt so alone and unheard or misunderstood. But I'm happy that I've seen it now.
You're about to make
So
me cry.
sorry.
Just like, look, well,
but it's so
your,
real. I'm like watching. I
your
was sitting there
joy.
watching these. I watched them because I was kind of like, oh, I don't know. I was working on a piece for the queer tag zine, and I was trying to like find inspiration. I was like, oh, you know what? I think I've heard of. I think I watched Tongues Untied first because I was like, oh, I think I've heard of this. Let me like check this out. And I was like, I need to watch another. And I just watched Black Blaze Black Ink. I was like, yeah. So highly, highly, highly recommend.
Those definitely. Everybody, you better watch those.
Yeah.
Watch them. Like it's really interesting when us as like we're Black and in our 30s living in California, and we're kind of removed from our culture. Well, not removed from it, but I guess we're not as immersed in it as we used to be growing up. And kind of like, part of like why we even made BNA like back in the day, like so we could find that again and find that community. And I know for me, like it kind of feels like I've lost it a little bit, having like no longer being like in no longer running BNA a little bit. And that feeling that you said you have of like, you wish that you had that film growing up. I think that speaks volumes. And I'm sure that, if that director were here today, hearing you say that, as a Black queer man, like that would probably, you'd be like, that's what I always wanted to do. Just, I wanted to like reach out to people. I wanted to
100%.
let people like feel that they have that community, that they aren't alone. And I think that's super beautiful that you felt that watching those films. That I think that's really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. He I mean the one of the reasons why, to my understanding, that he made these films was because he got his diagnosis and he was like, okay, I gotta get my thoughts out there right now. I gotta
Yeah.
go. And he was very much about that, like teaching and building community and just being an activist. And yeah, it is really good. It's really good stuff, and I want to watch more of his stuff. Be like, I wish to be more as vulnerable as this man was in his last few years of life.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's important. And like, thinking about kind of like what you would leave behind, like
Yeah.
what is your legacy? What do you want to be remembered for?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it seems like Marcus's legacy is like just touching the hearts of people like you, dude. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the goal, and like it's being accomplished
Mm-hmm.
by you speaking about it and now sharing that, and other fellow Black queer people can like like watch these films now, and I think feel something about that,
Mm-hmm. And yeah,
like
of course, it's like it's also a product of his time too. Like it's very much
yeah.
90s. It's kind of funny how 90s it is, but it kind of it's we it hurts that like there are stuff in it that he talks about that is still a struggle in our world today. But it
Yeah.
is like it feels good to know that things have developed, at least in for the better in certain aspects. But I mean, even though it still sucks and vibes are still rancid.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like it's not, it's different, but you know, it's some things are good, so it's that's at least nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm be nice if the vibes weren't fully rancid, but you know.
Yeah. Yes.
We
It's kind
do
of
what
like
we can.
it's nice to find these inspirational like bits, like because I mean because it also makes me think like, okay, vibes are just gonna continuously be rancid just in different ways, and it's gonna suck and stuff like that, which can be like spirally disappointing and sad, but at the same time there will also still be those like those pieces and things that actively fight against the rancidness and like continue to encourage people like for years to come, and I see that in this.
I think I felt that when not to well, I mean, not to turn this into like a spoiler cast for this film, but I think that's sort of how I felt after we got came out of Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, like a week, couple weeks ago? Well, I guess when this comes out, it'll have been like about a month or so ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Wayman and I went to go see Sinners together. We saw it in 70 75 millimeter. Wait, it was 70, not 75. I keep saying 75. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just 70. It's
Yeah.
35 millimeter and 70
Yeah, I
millimeter.
keep doing that. I keep combining like the five. I keep like turning this 35 into 75 in my
Mm-hmm.
brain. But like that film for me as like a black creative, it kind of like rocked my brain in a way that has not been rocked before.
Mm.
Not just because I am also making a vampire girly story. I mean that has something to do with it, sure, but it's not the only reason. It's just it. I guess Sinners sort of showed me that. I guess it was a reminder that people crave, like our people crave stories like this, and being able to see ourselves in different kinds of fantastical media that isn't necessarily centered around our black pain. Like it's in there, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not the focus.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I loved about it, because it reminded me of what we are capable of in like the creative space
Mm-hmm.
on a big grander scale, if we're able to just sort of like, you know, go ham and make what we want to make.
Mm-hmm.
And also left me feeling kind of sad because again, like, you know, you said like, I think I touched on it earlier, but then I get like sidetracked about when you watched the second doc about like wishing you had this when you were younger and like finding community and whatnot. Sinners kind of left me longing for being back in Chicago with my family, because again, I mentioned it earlier, but getting sidetracked my brain. I miss being around elder black folks and like my people as much as I used to when I was younger. Not that I'm like around like not that I'm like never around any black people, like you and I are literally talking right now. But it's more so that sort of care from elders and like family members that have been here longer than you, that I do not have anymore, and that sort of causes me a little bit of pain when I think about it,
Yeah.
and it makes me long for just being in community with other with like elder black people and like the generational legacy of my family, and being 3,000 miles away from them all the way here in Los Angeles, and they're all still in Illinois, a little bit in Milwaukee, a little bit in Mississippi. And the Mississippi people I have never met. I've never been down to Mississippi. I probably should go one of these days, but I've never been.
That's where the Irish vampires are.
Oh
From
God.
Sinners.
Oh God. I don't know.
Uh,
It just it's like a creative yearning, I guess is what I would describe how I felt after that. Like a yearning to create and a yearning to be amongst community more.
yeah.
And especially during the scene that everybody loves. Well, I mean there's multiple the scenes in
There's
Sinners,
so many the
but
scenes.
but the when I say it without saying it, the one that left everybody very transcendent, myself
Oh
included,
yes, it's such, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that I really felt it there. The
Mm-hmm.
like seeing like the generations go by.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I miss my people so much, you know?
Mm. Hmm.
Sinner's such a good fucking
Sinners is so good. It's very, very good.
Oh man. But thank you for sharing those films. Uh
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, it's just I am feeling very emotional about your love and how much it touched you.
Yeah.
And as one of my best friends, I am that makes me so happy. Like your happiness makes me happy when
Oh, Bree, thank
and I'm
you.
trying not to cry. I'm sorry, I'm very
You're gonna make me
emotional
cry
about it.
too.
It's just I like that you're really happy about it, and I like that that did that for you. I love you,
Oh, thank you. I love you too, Bree. Oh. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, hey. Speaking of things that makes us happy, what's keeping you animated, Bree?
Oh, it's keeping me animated moving forward. Like, what am I looking forward to? I am looking forward to finishing out the rest of Oh My God, Yes, a series of relatable circumstances. Is that the subtitle? Yes, a series of extremely relatable circumstances by Adele Williams. And listen, we need more Black women showrunners and making more Black women showrunners in the adult space because I think Adele is like only the second showrunner that is a Black woman in the adult space because the
Mm.
first one is what's that
We've got the whole wide world in our
hey
yard to
no
explore.
no 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 an adult
Oh, I thought you were just saying in general. Okay, first adult.
yeah Hey Moni.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. I don't know where I forgot where like it aired, but I vaguely remember Hey Moni.
Hmm.
And yeah, Adele's the only only like the second Black female showrunner in a like adult like animation.
At least
And
coming to mind, yeah. Because I'm
yeah,
like
at least
trying.
coming
I'm
to
trying to
mind.
think.
But
Like I
see,
feel like
again,
there's.
the fact that we have to think about it
Mm,
is it says a lot, right?
yeah.
And I really, really like Oh My God, Yes. It's so fucking weird. But that's par for the course for Adult Swim, right? Like
Mm.
everything on Adult Swim is really, really weird. Like it's all very strange. And this just fits right in there with that. And Oh My God, Yes is basically it's about three young Black women who are just navigating super future South Central Los Angeles. And there's it's just random weird comedy that is very strange and insane. Like people are like there's stuff I don't know, it's sex, it's I don't know how to describe it.
Socio-political commentary while being a humorous portrayal of black femme and black queer identities,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, I guess because like because it is about like just a bunch of three Black femmes and like just doing really weird shit. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm not pitching this very well. It's so hard to describe. Oh my God, yes.
I heard
Like
that it was kind of like Tuca and Birdie meets like black people. That's what I
I
heard.
you know what? Yeah, like I guess it is like what if we did I guess if you had to describe it, I guess I would just yeah, I guess I would describe Oh My God, Yes as if you were to combine Tuca and Birdie with Insecure but make it animated and a
Mhm, mhm.
little and very crude and then also dump in like Futurama in there a little bit too.
Is this in the future? Is that what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said? Okay,
it's in like the super future.
super
Like
future.
there well, cause like, there's like flying cars, there's
I see.
ray
Like, okay,
guns,
gotcha. Fantasy future, sort of.
people are like having sex with robots, there are aliens, things like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And like the three friends, their names are Sunny, who Adele voices. She's the main woman with the purple hair, with the more like poofy purple hair. And then there's Tulip, who is light skinned queer woman. She's bisexual. And then there's Lottie, who it has like the longer purple blue hair, and she likes I don't know. She's like, oh well, time. And then I started blasting. Like that's kind of her vibe.
Mm, mm, mm.
And the episode that I watched, I believe last was episode 4, and it was just really strange because Sunny was like making out with superstar android Jekyll Morden. And like they were gonna have sex, and he's like, I want to have a baby with you, and she's like, oh, I don't want to do that, and he's like, but I'm really wealthy, and Sonny's like, really? Right, you do have lots of money,
Oh my
but I need it,
gosh.
but I need to go find my uterus. Where did I drop it? And it's like, and at first I thought it was like a joke, but it's like, no, like she actually just took her uterus and like threw it away. And now they have to go on like a hunt through the city to like go to the store to see if they can find more. But the episode's
Wow.
kind of really sweet in a weird way because like even though it's all kind of like balls to the wall weird ass comedy, it is still commentary on like the stuff that like women and femmes go through. So like you kind of hear from like Sunny talking about how like she feels she's not, the reason why she threw the uterus away in like a drunken stupor is because she feels sort of like, you know, I'm not worthy to have a kid and I don't want to like, you know, be fucked up like my mom and things like that.
Oh,
And it is like kind of a genuine moment. And
yeah.
then like, you know, and then the comedy comes back. There's stuff in there that it's like, oh, I see what you're doing. Like it's still fucking batshit insane. Again, like Tuca and Birdie, very like wild, like crazy shit. There's violence, like metalocalypse in it sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a like there's a tiger that is also a Chippendale stripper that they're riding around on in one episode. And they have to like avoid a bunch of like monster drones that came up from the earth because there was a prophecy from Tupac or not Tupac. I forgot what he was called, but
Was this a
it was
dream you had or an
listen,
episode of a show you watched?
it's so random. It's so random. And I think that if you just want kind of like crude femme kind of like crazy shit in the vein of, oh, also in the vein of like YOLO Crystal Fantasy by Michael Cusack, like if you want that
Mm.
but from like the black femme perspective, I think that everybody should definitely check out Oh My God Yes, a series of relatable circumstances. It's so weird and funny. Like it's not going to be for everybody because there are a lot of shows on Adult Swim that are like really really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like Assy McGee, I wasn't really fucking with that. I wasn't fucking with
Oh
Assy
my gosh, I
McGee.
remember that show. Yeah, it was wild. 12
Yeah.
ounce mouse. That
Or
was
yeah,
wild.
12-ounce mouse. Why did they make that? Who did that?
Exactly. That's what I knew. I could be an animator.
Listen, if they can make 12-ounce mouse proves that like if you just have a funny idea, even if it looks like shit, you can make it. It's fine. It's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Yep.
But that kind of brings up a point that I sort of wanted to make, something that has been very curious to me,
Mm,
that a lot of people don't seem to even know that this show exists. There was a pilot that dropped like a year or two ago, I think, because Adult Swim was like, you know, doing the pilot program. And I
mm,
think they were doing that thing where like, oh, depending on like how the pilot does, maybe we'll greenlight it. And I think Oh My God Yes is a product of that. I think. I don't want to misspeak, so do not quote me on that. But I know that there was a pilot that they showed. I think it was like one of those Adult Swim smalls like a while ago, I think. And it's just interesting to me that shows like Oh My God Yes kind of are flying underneath the radar and a lot of people don't know about it, but you know, you have shows like YOLO that are like, you know, getting like 3 seasons and doing, and like they just kind of keep making it. And it kind of like brings up something that has always been a problem for me as a professional in this industry of animation, is that I feel like we do not, not we, not me, but like I feel like this industry does not allow women, femmes, and like queer people as a whole to have the same opportunity as anybody who like is cis, like, as like a cis man, to make shows. Like there are so many and shows where the showrunner is male and it's a show about a woman or a girl and things like that, and they're doing stuff. And this is not to say that men are not allowed to make shows about women or girls, like not that they're not allowed, it's just that it is curious to me that we have so few showrunners that are just not men, you know, like I should be allowed to tell the story of a bisexual black woman because I am a bisexual black person who uses pronouns, and I would very much like the opportunity to tell that story. But I don't know, a man can just go ahead and get the same character and probably get that show way easier than I ever could. And yeah, I don't know, it just it is very frustrating that we do not allow marginalized voices to tell their stories as much as the status quo. And it seemed like, there was a glimmer of it happening, in the 2020, 2022, 2023, like just like from the period of 2020, yeah, my brain, the period of 2020 to like 2023ish, we saw that happening. But then, everything started to get blipped out of existence, like Thanos snapping his fingers. So it's just really frustrating, I feel like. And again, it is not that men are not allowed to make shows about women. That is not what I'm saying. I am just talking about the fact that these studios and executives need to make sure that women, femmes, and like just queer people and other marginalized voices are allowed to have the same opportunity to create the shows that reflect them, and not, I don't know, just allow those shows to find themselves,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because stuff might get made, but then it has to like fight to have like more than one season or something,
Yeah.
or to like get views or to get advertised, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't know, I didn't know that Adult Swim was so broy, I
Oh,
guess.
I mean, yeah. Yes. It's
I mean,
very, very,
I guess I
very,
should have known. I
very,
just never thought about it.
very
Um,
broy.
it came up in a discussion with some other friends. I was just like kind of asking because like cartoon fan, I don't know, internet is sort of like being really weird and racist against Oh My God Yes.
Mm.
So it just sort of left me wondering. I was like, so this show is getting a lot of hate, but you have another show that is also about women and weird shit's happening, and that's YOLO Crystal Fantasy, and that's made by an Australian white man. And that is just, allowed to kind of exist and be. And like they're on like season 3 or 4 now, and it's a really fucking funny show. I like Yellow Crystal Fantasy. It's really strange. I have to watch it in spurts because it is so strange and kind of violent
Mm.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I watch YOLO and Oh My God Yes back to back. That's what I've been doing
Mm.
because they both sit in sort of like the same sort of flavor of like show about women and weird crazy shit happens.
Mm. Mm.
And they're both 11s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're both two. They're, each one is an 11, so it's like I'm getting like a little half hour each time when I
Mm.
watch them back to back. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
feels. I
very
mean,
it's very frustrating.
unfortunately, the adult space in general is very male centric. I mean, most honestly, hey, that's just a societal thing.
Yeah,
But
it is a societal thing.
yeah, it's not just Adult Swim. I mean, but yeah, I'm like thinking because I was trying to think as you was talking to him, like what was the before YOLO? What was a female led like just character wise?
A Bird Girl,
Okay, so Bird Girl. Okay, and
and
then
that got one season, two
mm-hmm,
seasons. That got
mm-hmm.
one season, and then there's also the live action Deborah show, Crazy Deborahs.
Oh, Three Busy Debras.
Busy Deborahs.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
gosh,
Crazy
Three
Deborahs.
Busy Debras was great. Actually, that's a good show.
I found out that dudes didn't like it, and it's like
Yeah,
I didn't know it existed personally, just because
mm,
like I don't really watch any of the live action Adult Swim stuff because I'm afraid that it's just going to be more Tim and Eric, and Tim and Eric was a very weird, and I didn't like
yeah.
it.
The
Again,
so
it is not my flavor.
it
Everything
is
on
a
Adult Swim is
flavor.
not
It's
my
just
flavor.
a yeah. It just happens to not be your flavor. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. Like I mean, hey man, like. In that same vein of 12 Ounce Mouse, Tom Goes to the Mayor was one of those shows I was just like, huh, you could, I guess you could, anybody could do anything, huh?
Is
And
that
that
the one
was
that looks like a kid's sketchbook, or not a kid's sketch? It just looks like
it was basically like a
very simple drawings of like some white dude with like curly brown hair.
it was not I was gonna say rotoscope, but it's not rotoscope.
Oh,
It was as simple as rotoscope could be because basically it was
Oh.
live action characters that were like drawn in like a like line art sort of way, but they each had splashes
Oh.
of color. But it was like
I didn't know
photos,
that.
like it was like very like frame by frame, and yeah, and it was I believe a Tim and Eric joint basically, and yeah, man, I have not watched it since I was a
It
kid.
was something.
It's weird to say that I haven't watched it since I was a kid, since it was on Adult Swim, but I haven't watched it since I was a kid. And I was just like, huh, I guess anyone could do anything.
I mean, Super Jail is another one that I don't
I mean,
really
Super
fuck
Joe's
with.
wild though. That was
I
actually
I don't
very
fuck
impressive
with Super
animation.
Jail. Okay, so I respect Super Jail for that reason, but
Mhm.
it was too violent for me,
Yeah.
which is also same with Metalocalypse. I respect it, but sometimes they be doing too much, and I'm a little squeamish, which
No,
is
yeah.
funny coming from the horror person. I like horror movies, but I don't know. There's something about
I don't
like
like horror in
anim.
my cartoons. I
There's
like it when
something
it's live
about like
action and vampires and when they're kissing.
listen. There's something about animated violence that if it's done like very viscerally, it just makes me feel like, whoa, I can't. And Metalocalypse
Mm,
has so much, even though it's
mm-hmm.
funny, I
No, yeah,
can't
I
do it.
remember whenever I was watching Metalocalypse and Super Jail, I would close my eyes during like the super violent bits because I was like, "Oh, this is fun," and then it would be like super gory. And it's like, well,
Gonna go
well,
to sleep to that now.
yeah, yeah. No, it's and Adult Swim was basically made for like that super high college bro at 4 o'clock in the morning sort of vibe. So that was like basically all
Stoner
of the
hours.
yeah, it's exactly stoner hours. So yeah, uh, this is just that is what it's the vibe that they've instilled in their audience, and now if they have anything that's not like ever so slightly different, that audience acts terribly.
Well, I hope that Oh My God Yes can garner like a really good following and good audience. Like I haven't like seen, a lot of people yelling about it online, which is kind of unfortunate because you know how like normally when you go online like there's people like everybody's talking about common side effects right now, right?
Mm,
Like you can't really go online in like the animation space without hearing about it. At least I feel like that's what it feels like as
mm-hmm,
far as like the new Adult Swim thing.
mm-hmm,
But Oh My God Yes, like I hear maybe like a few people talking about it, and I am one of those few people. And I really hope that it can just sort of pave the way for like more black women, black femmes in general, like kind of making silly adult shit in like the animation space. Because like you have like, Issa inspiring everybody in the live action space. But cartoons, animation, black people like cartoons. Like let's get some of that. Come on.
mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
you know what? I do wonder because this was something that was brought up with another friend group. Do you think that Boondocks sort of like low key ruined like the normie black population of animation consumers? And like if it's not like Boondocks and they don't want it?
Ooh, maybe. I think that's a good. I mean, that's
And this
a.
is yeah, and this isn't saying that like Boondocks is bad. Like I love Boondocks. I'm just saying like I wonder if it's like a blessing and a curse kind of thing because like I remember when Good Times dropped and I watched a couple episodes of Good Times. It
Was
wasn't
that
a
on
hundred.
Adult Swim?
No, no, no. That was on Netflix. That was Netflix only.
Oh, okay.
And granted, Good Times was not necessarily my flavor. I really appreciated the B plot of episode 4, whichever one it was about periods. Like I really appreciated that episode 'cause it was about like the mom and the daughter and like dealing with like period stuff, but like in a very like silly way. But I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of people were like yelling about it, saying it's trying to be the Boondocks so hard, and I was like, is it? Like I'm reflecting on it, and I'm kind of like, I don't think that Good Times is trying to be the Boondocks, you know.
Mm. It
And a
sounds
lot of
like people that are just trying to. They're like, oh, another black animated show, that adult black animated show. They're trying to be like Boondocks.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I just wonder, like, has Boondocks for sort of like the normie I keep saying normies, that sounds so mean. The regular non
Animation, the non-animation
yeah, the
black.
non-animation black people, because like you and I are like locked into cartoon stuff. But then there's people like my mom or your dad that like don't really do that, but like stuff like Proud Family and Boondocks have pierced the zeitgeist where like everybody watches that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if low key, because I think there's been comparison with Boondocks to Oh My God Yes as well, and how like it's trying to be that, and it's like everything is not trying to be Boondocks because Boondocks is its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can be Boondocks but Boondocks, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when we do that, a cake is being placed in front of us that is very delicious and well made. Like, and like it's not like slop that it's like, here, just take it and eat it, take what you can get. It's like, no, this is a good cake, and people don't know how to like. I feel like people don't understand that you can have more than one cake. You know,
Yes.
there's more
Yeah.
cakes.
It's like it's very it's like it's black animated essentialism. Where it's very much just like suddenly it's just like, okay, this black cartoon was a hit, so now every black cartoon has to live up or be this black cartoon. Is like, no, there are many different types of
Right,
blackness and black cartoons. Like, you know,
right.
does it have
Like
to
you
be this one type of black cartoon?
Right. Like you can have your little light skinned black girl and her family living in the suburbs. You can have your dark skinned black girl fighting crime and hanging out with the Avengers on occasion. You can have your adult black women in the super future doing like batshit crazy, insane shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can have your
Mm-hmm.
black
Preach.
family in
Tell them.
Chicago, acting kind of
Mm-hmm.
ghetto but still having heart.
Yes.
You can have your
Tell them now. Tell them
kind
now.
you can have your kind of a basic black family in Chicago hanging out with their daughter and talking about hair and how much they love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We could have these things in multiple genres in multiple different ways. I
Yes.
don't know. It's frustrating.
Yes.
I need people to chill. It's just
Yes.
cartoon.
Agreed. It's just cartoons.
It's fine. Calm down, son. It's just a draw.
I that actually, I mean, man, oh my god, yes is also what I'm looking forward to. I mean, this you're looking forward to was a bit long, but it was also because I was like, oh, I'm also looking forward to
Yeah, sorry. I just kind of went on a
it.
tangent about like the subject of it. I apologize.
No, no,
Sorry.
no, it's all good. It's all good. Oh man,
And
yes.
the release of our pilot that we're working on.
Well, what was that? Did you?
And the release of our pilot that
Oh
we're
my
working on.
gosh. I'm definitely looking forward to that. The release of the Three Tomes pilot animatic.
What the fuck is that?
Wait, do
No,
I?
I'm
Do you want me to talk about your
no, I'm
pilot?
kidding. No. um, the Three Tomes is a animatic pilot that I am working on with Waymond here, and yeah, Waymond is. I brought Waymond on to direct. He's my lovely director, and I'm showrunner. I guess I'm co-directing it too. I don't
Yeah,
know my titles.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
we're,
co-directing it.
we're we're all equal here. We're making it together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's something that I'm looking forward to. I think by the time that this episode releases, we will hopefully have a little trailer for you guys to see,
Mm-hmm.
probably like within the week of this episode releasing. So please look forward to it. The Three Tomes is a YA fantasy romance. Basically, what if you took the non-racist parts of Twilight?
Mm-hmm.
The non-racist parts of Twilight. 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo and Cardcaptor Sakura, put it in a blender and made it for the
Based it in Chicago.
based it in the suburbs of Chicago. And
Turn the dial and turn your calendar back to 2011.
yeah, turn your calendar back to 2011, and it's for all the black girlies out there that really love vampire bullshit, and it's just kind of a self-indulgent story that I would have wanted to see when I was a, I don't know, 14-year-old that was really into, I don't know, love triangles and melodrama and things like that. It's about Tammy Harris, young black girl, and her friend Sia Chowdhury, who is half black, half Indian. And it is the summer before their last year of high school. They're trying to make some memories together and decide to make a short horror film in a graveyard. However, in the process of doing that, they accidentally released 13 spooky spirits from a ancient book that belonged to a witch that dropped it in their neighborhood. And now the book has bonded to Tammy. Much to her dismay, the witch Shirley is saying to her she has to help her put this stuff back in order before her superiors, the witch council, finds out. And all along the way, they have to avoid two vampire brothers, Alonzo and Darius, who want the spirits for some reason of their own. And a mysterious third vampire named Yogaya is very eager to help them. And he kind of cute though, but maybe something ain't right with that guy. We'll see. So yeah, it's not the most like profound, deep story. I probably shouldn't be poo-pooing my own idea. I'm just
It's a fun
self-conscious.
idea, Bree,
I'm
and
sorry.
you got great ideas, and this is a great idea, and it's coming together real nicely. It's going to be fun, and I'm excited for everybody to see it.
Yeah, we have the wonderful talents of so many fellow animation peers that are storyboarding, that are doing prop design, character design,
Storyboarding.
storyboard cleanup,
Hmm.
and our voice actors 10 out of 10.
So good.
So good. We got people that are, that are professionals that have been doing this for a while, that have worked in anime, have worked in video games. Some people that are still new and upcoming, that have only worked in indie projects or just a couple of things. Some people who've never voice acted at all but are musical theater actresses and wanted to try voice acting. So my goal ultimately with creating the three tomes, and the reason it's called the three tomes is because there's three of them, but the pilot only deals with one. Don't worry about it. If people were wondering, like, why the fuck is it called three? They only mentioned one. It's stuff that doesn't matter with the pilot. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it right now. I'm not trying to overwhelm you with my OCs in the entire world. We don't need that right now. You can ask me later.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But the reason why I wanted to make it was I took a writing class with Patricia Violetto. Shout out to Patricia, who made me not scared of words anymore. I took a class with her about 3.5 years ago now. It was online at the Ruby. It's a comedy club in downtown Hall. Is it in Hollywood? I think it was in Hollywood. I think the Ruby's in Hollywood.
I believe
It's
so.
yeah, it's where
I've been there once,
Meltdown
so I
used to
can't
be.
remember.
Yeah, it's where Meltdown Comics used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the Ruby LA is comedy club, and they teach classes. Although I think Patricia does her class independently of the Ruby now. And she has a pilot, like an intro to animation writing class, and a pilot or pitch to pilot animation writing class. And they both kind of go hand in hand. And I took them both, and I wanted to take them because, as a storyboard artist working professionally, you got to know story. And I've wanted to get better at writing to sort of help me with my job and to just create my own work if possible. And through taking her class, I was able to elaborate on an idea that had been floating around in my head since about 2017, 2018, about two friends and a vampire and stuff. Although it was a lot different back then, it's become something way more now. And my our dear friend Tariq actually was working on his pilot called Hey, an adult animated sitcom about two people that love each other very much. And he, along with some other friends, kind of convinced me, like, why don't you just turn three tomes into something? Let's make our cartoon. Let's do it. Let's go. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'll put together a pitch document. Let's do this. And in doing that, it kind of started to develop even more and more into like, what if I just made an animatic of this entire episode? And during my pregnancy last year, I overestimated what I could do while pregnant. And I was also unemployed for most of my pregnancy because I rolled off my last job, and there's just it's rough out here right now.
Hmm.
It was a very large gap between my last job and my current job.
Hmm.
So I rallied the troops. I reached out to Wayman and I was like, "You want to make something?" And you were like, "Yeah." And then I just assembled. I'm
Avengers
putting together a
assembled. Yeah,
team.
he
I just
assembled a
assembled a
team.
team of people and asked, like, "Hey, the vibes are rancid right now. We're all black, brown, and queer, and just want to make shit. And I got this idea. I'm not trying to do anything crazy right now, but you want to make like an animatic pilot? And then our guest from about 2 episodes ago now, Kiana Mai, put out her pilot animatic, and it was sort of like a reaffirmation of like, yes, animatics are fine because we had stuff like Becky Prim before and whatnot, but like her stuff, I've told people that like was very much like a reaffirmation and inspiration to like we just got to make shit, especially us as professionals. We have the skill, we know what we're doing, we don't have to
Yes.
just make what we have our jobs, we're grateful for our jobs, but we don't just have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
have an entire network of people that have various skills that can make shit, so we should utilize that network of friends that want to just get wild and get crazy and make stuff, outside of the machine that is these studios, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what the three tomes is. And everybody that's been a part of it so far has come to me, and I've expressed my gratitude and told them I feel very blessed. Like, Waymond, thank you for being an amazing direct. Like, that's why I wanted you
Oh.
to direct, because you are talented as hell. You know your shots, you know how to make a story flow, and I really admire you and your ability to do those things.
Oh my
That's why you're a
gosh.
really good director.
Tell that to my anxiety.
um but like everybody that I've told that I'm grateful, I've expressed my gratitude towards, I've just been met with the same back, that people told me that they're thankful that this has been a creative outlet for them outside of regular work. Because sometimes, we're not all working on jobs, on shows that we just, we love like that, not that we hate our jobs. It's just that sometimes a job is a job, and it's like Barbara in Abbott Elementary. She's just like, I go to work and then
Mhm,
I go home, and
mhm,
that's it.
mhm,
Sometimes a show is just that. You just clock in, you do your boards, and then you're done. You don't really care about it that emotionally on that deep
mhm,
level.
mhm.
But this project is I guess rekindled some creative passion for some of our people, and that's all I can really ask for. I
Yeah, that's
want
what's up.
people to have fun and to try stuff out.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm yapping so much. Sorry.
That's what podcasts are for. That's what podcasts are
Yay!
for. Wait, did you say yay?
Yay!
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I also wanted to say that I obviously am looking forward to watching more of Marlon Riggs stuff. Like I there's this one of his films, Color Adjustment, that I really want to watch. It talks about the black stereotype portrayal in film and media, and I mean not just film and media, but just how America in the past century has portrayed black people, like with blackface, and how
People
that's
still do
shown up in,
blackface
I
now, and it's
mean,
weird.
yeah, and how it has shown up in art and how it affects the people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I'm excited to watch that. Right now, I'm playing this game called Mother 3. Um,
Wait, like the Mother 3?
yeah, Mother 3.
Are you emulating it? Or did they finally bring it over here?
I'll say I
I
will
mean,
not
never
answer
mind.
that
I
question
mean,
for
never
legal
mind.
reasons.
I mean, never mind.
But listener, you make your guess of
Yeah.
what the answer to that was.
Hey, are you playing Mother 3 legally? Are you a cop?
Are you a cop?
That
Yeah,
was
why you
that
want
was
to
the
know?
vibe. That
It's
was the
like,
vibe just
who's
now. You just
asking? But I'm having a really fun time with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really long and sad and depressing and also fun, and I'm having a good time with it. And oh my gosh, yeah, I guess that's basically what I'm looking forward to. Should we talk about animation news?
Yeah, let's talk some animation news. It's not the best news, it kind of sucks, but Toei Animation, One Piece, Sailor Moon, DBZ, they embracing that AI life, guys. And that's
Mm,
not good. That's not
mm,
good.
yeah.
There was an article put out by Animation Magazine,
Mm,
and the headline reads, Toei invests in AI tech company for animation production venture. And the TLDR is that, like, they had like a briefing for like their fiscal year going over like finances and stuff. And I guess like they talked about how they want to start investing into using AI and how it can help with production for their shows moving forward in the future.
mm.
and they want to use it for storyboarding, coloring and color spec, in betweening, and backgrounds.
Oof.
So
Oh my gosh.
the
So,
works.
oh my god. I also saw I didn't copy down this article, but I did see another article that was talking about I can't remember the name of the company, so I'm so sorry. I wish I had this information, but they're a startup tech company that's basically like AI for AI specifically, but it is paving this way for using AI in the on the American side, like for feature animation studios, for specifically for like
Ew.
Disney Pixar stuff.
Brother,
Because I believe
ugh.
it is the CEO or maybe COO of the startup is Andrew Carr, who
Who
I
that?
believe is one of the tech CEOs of Pixar. Wait, let me double check. I might have that
Brother,
information
ugh.
wrong.
Brother,
Oh my gosh.
ugh.
Okay, maybe I think I might have the name wrong. But it's just basically AI is seeping into it's seeping into the industry in the
I
states
mean,
and outside the
yeah.
states, and also at the same time it's like my I think we probably talked about this on the Kiana episode, but
Hmm.
it's one of those things that it's coming and it's gonna be here to stay, and it's also going to evolve. And even though a lot of artists and a lot of people who are fans of artists as well are not totally into this,
Hmm.
people are still trying to ingratiate it and put it into workflows and kind of also force feed it down our throats, because so many freaking even like just regular websites now are just like AI tools, and it's just like, no, leave me alone. And yeah, it's just gonna continue to be ingratiated. It's gonna be added in the grander scale of tools and usage, and it is sad.
It's very sad. And on the back, kind of like back on the Japan side of things,
Hmm.
like the part of the reason the article kind of explores, and this sort of checks out with our peers that we know here in the States that do work in anime freelancers. Part of this is kind of coming from the fact that like there is an immense labor shortage of animators in Japan. Like,
Ah.
and it's not like people don't know how to animate, although there are some recipes being lost. There are some
Mm.
recipes being lost currently.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are not drawing mechs anymore like they used to. Like
Mm.
we get in CG mechs and shit like that. It's just something that I noticed in things, and I'm like, oh, another CG mech, okay. No, the CG's bad. Sometimes it looks really good, but people that work in anime do not work in anime because the pay is good. You do that for the love of the game. You do not do that for the pay.
Mm-hmm.
And I I don't work in anime. These are the words of our peers that we know personally that are freelancers here in America that work on anime. Oh, like remote, right? And even over there is bad. Like we talk about our wages here in the United States and how it sucks. Like it does suck. But with working on anime, that's like $2. You're making like $2. Well, not like literally, but like a cut, you could make like $30 for like a cut of
Mm-hmm.
like Gango work or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not exaggerating there.
Mm-hmm.
It is so low. Like this article kind of goes on to talk about how 30% of animators, I guess, are freelancers and that work on anime. So that means like, you know, they don't have like minimum pay protections and things like that. And it says that Japan's animation workers can struggle to get by on as little as $200 a month. And a lot of that kind of checks out with just some of the information, again, that we are told by our peers that do work in anime, how like the pay is abysmal. You get strong in your art, like you get stronger, you level up. It's tournament arc for you. It's the tuning exams, but you ain't making a lot of money working in anime. That's just how it is. And it's kind of the same way for voice acting too. Anime voice acting pays significantly less than like voice acting for like general like American made cartoons, you know? And that I cannot speak on as to why we would have to bring on a voice actor to kind of like elaborate on that a bit more, to go into like the reasons between like the union and like whatnot. Although I guess like I think a lot of anime productions might be non-union. Again, don't quote me there.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of back to the animation and like Toei, the Japanese anime industry is bad. Is bad. I know there's a
Mm.
lot of people listening that might want to be, that love that cool Sakuga, but just know that that cool Sakuga that you're watching in Jujutsu Kaisen, or I don't know, Demon Slayer, somebody made that and got paid like $2. Like, it's
Could barely survive.
they can barely survive on like anything. The article kind of goes on to say, like, in 2024, the Japan Research Institute estimated that there are only about 6,000 animators in the country, as talents seek better pay overseas or quit the business altogether. And again, it's a lot, and that's kind of why this is not to say like this is correct, but from like a slimy businessman perspective, I see why Toei is like, well, we'll just get AI to do the storyboards and all that
Mm,
stuff,
hmm.
because the animators are all burnt out, or they're not here. Like, we don't have anybody. And not to mention the fact that, like, if you're an anime fan, right? Like, you look at the new season, like spring anime, fall anime, like whenever stuff comes out, there is so much that is coming out. Like, it's almost kind of insane with the amount of anime that comes out each season. And it's like, you can't, like, like, the industry is like spreading itself thin, I feel like, over there, by putting out so much in such a short amount of time. And that's also partially why, like, I'm like like, I guess it's also, it kind of goes into like why we have the practice in anime of, like, here's just the TV version, we're just getting it out and then we'll fix it for the Blu-ray. And we don't do that over here,
No,
Wayman.
we do not. I was muted. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah, it's a very interesting practice that I always thought was, I used to think was cool, but now that I'm older, I'm kind of like, I don't think this is a good thing that they do that,
No,
where it's
it's
just
bad.
like,
Just get it right the first time.
yeah, just get it right the first time. Like, we have over here in our industry, we have, like, we'll do retakes on shots and stuff, but at the same time, it's like sometimes you gotta let something go, and it's gonna go up on screen and look funky, and it's gonna be an error, and it's like, well,
I mean, honestly, I
you
feel
got you
like
got you got
so.
you got to you got to pick your battles.
That does kind of have me thinking because I feel like we do kind of do that in a different sort of sense where it's like we also do that sort of thing in America in Western animation because we'll have I don't know like people that kind of backstep certain aspects of the story. Like my brain immediately goes to Onward when Onward came out
Oh
and
yeah.
there was just one tiny little mention of like a police officer character that had just mentioned that they had a wife back at home where this police officer character was a femme presenting character and they mentioned
Hmm.
that they had a wife back at home but that they had to go back and take that out because they were too scared to allow that to be internationally distributed for a character to be queer.
Or removing a trans kid's experience in a show about baseball.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we kind of do it,
It's
but
we do it in a
but
different
yeah, we
way.
do it in a different way over here.
Mhm.
We don't let it go out. Like, people get kind of far with it, and then suddenly the hammer comes down and is like, actually, you can't do that anymore. You have to change it. But over there, it's like, they put it out and then they fix it. But the difference here is that, like, this is just fixing animation errors. What happens over here is like it's censorship.
Yes, it's
Yeah, that's
censorship
the
for sure.
difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But kind of getting back onto it, yeah, the animation industry in Japan is in dire straits. I don't know, just the next time that you watch anime and you're like, I don't know, some people, I know people like complain about like shows looking not great, and there's a reason for that. Sometimes it's just like that person, whoever was doing that cut, they probably didn't get any sleep, or they probably are not getting paid enough to be doing all that. Like, they want to pay people $2 where you're going to get a show that looks like it was made with $2. That's just how it be, you know? And I think that there needs to be a significant shift in the Japanese animation industry for it to not collapse in on itself. And again, this is me speaking out as an outsider looking in, but no, has peers that are in the Japanese side of the animation industry. And yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Those animators over there really need help. They really need it. They need protections. I don't know. I don't like.
No,
I don't know
this
if
is.
like
I mean, the
tag
solution.
could
I
be
mean,
like, yeah, I don't really
yeah.
know what the solution is other than like just like better protection, unionization, things like that, and something like I don't know if it's like the government stepping in or what, but the Japanese animation industry really, really needs some help. They're struggle busting, and like they're still making stuff, but as far as like sustainability, like I want everybody to be
Yeah.
okay, and I don't and the solution is not, well, if there's not enough animators, we'll just AI everything. That's not the solution.
Hmm.
That is not the solution at all. The solution is paying people a better wage and maybe making less anime. Personally, that's my hot take. I think that maybe less anime should be made personally, because if you're making like 50 anime a season but you have like 5 people, and again, I'm being hyperbolic with my numbers, but like just to sort of show like the intensity of it, you know? I
Hmm.
don't know. That's some animation news I have to share.
Hmm.
Sorry, it's a bit of a bummer news, but
I have a couple of news points, and I'm like, do I go through them all?
you can pick one that like that's really interesting.
Okay, okay, I will talk about the short film, or at least the Kickstarter for a short film, which is Matthew Cherry's Time Signature.
Yeah, I saw he's doing a new thing.
Yeah. So I just want to mention that the Kickstarter, let me see. I think it's going until June something. Let me double check.
Did he?
Hopefully maybe it's
I thought he got
still
his money already.
I mean I believe he already
He
got
did. He
the
did.
funding. Yeah, he got
Yeah.
the funding already, but it's supposed to be going still. Like I mean,
This has
hey.
only been up like 3 days.
Yeah, I think so.
Damn. Well, it's
Do you,
Matthew, so
yeah, I mean, hey, it's Matthew Cherry. Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I don't know if you already had it up or
I
whatever, but
do. I have it up
okay.
right now.
Does it say when it's ending?
26 days to go.
Oh, so it ends June 13th. Okay, so I mean, this is after. This is like a couple days after it ends. Yeah, the weekend after it ends. But I mean, hey, look out for it.
Yeah, look out for Matthew Cherry's new animated musical short slash proof of concept Time Signature, an animated musical about a teen prodigy who uses a magical piano to rewrite her mom's past through time loops and revive her love of music.
Dang, that's kind of giving me. I mean, it's reminding me a little bit of that transcendent moment in Sinners that we won't spoil, but you'll know if you saw it. Yeah, I am excited to see where it goes, and I have also pledged in that Kickstarter. So yeah,
Ooh, cool, 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 cool.
Mhm.
Well, I think that's probably it for today, y'all.
Well,
Like,
that's it for
thank you for listening to
this
us yap again.
episode. Yes.
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
Hey, no, I'm so tired. I'm
Well,
ready to take a
we've been
nap.
pretty busy this
Big
weekend.
nap. Big nap.
Big nap in the big blue house.
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Keeping You Animated.
And listen for more episodes by going to keepingyouanimated.podbean.com, on Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are of the respective individual and do not reflect the views of our employers.
Thanks, guys.
Until next time.
This episode was edited by Man Lightfoot, with music by Ergo Funk.